Welcome to Casino Guru News, live from Malta. Just one day before we get to celebrate the winners of Casino Guru Awards 2025. But for now, we're sitting here with Anastasia Semenkova. Welcome, Anastasia. It's an absolute pleasure to have you with us today, and we're very happy that you were able to come. How are you?
Everything is great. I enjoy Maltese weather.
Oh, that's true. We talked about that. Yeah, you're from London, so you came here basically like a little bit to do a little bit of job and also to enjoy sunny weather. So yeah, that's working out for us. I guess we can get right to it. So we know that you work at Payop, right? You're a CEO, and you've been working with payments and payments processing for a while now. But let's start at the beginning. You've chosen an area of iGaming that's very complex, very demanding, and quite frankly, hard. What initially attracted you to this type of work?
Yeah, to tell the truth, it was absolute randomness because when I joined Payop, our founder already made a decision to work with iGaming sector.
Oh,
So I just started to learn it. And with time, when I could make a decision if we are going to work with the iGaming, I decided that yes, iGaming is attractive because people who do iGaming business, they know a lot about payments. And when we speak about different e-commerce stores, usually they have very simple requests. They want card processing and that's it. And they want to have no problems with payment at all.
Yeah.
So with the iGaming, we have possibility to test new payment methods, to do some experiments, because it's easier to communicate to the person who knows what we are doing and make a decision to make to try and see
new things.
How new payment methods work. And also, of course, during this time, we got a lot of experience in iGaming processing, so we understand the industry, we understand how to work with this, and I made a decision that we will continue supporting it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good decision, right? You do not regret it. That's great. Yeah, it feels like it's a very fast-moving industry, and you get to you need to be at top of things every single time. So that's exciting. But also, when I just want to talk a little bit more about how you started. Like, what kinds of challenges were you facing at the beginning when you decided, yeah, let's go to the iGaming?
Yeah. Everything was a challenge. I knew nothing about payments, and for me it was like I input my details and money fly away somewhere and I receive my product. So it took a lot of efforts to learn everything, and even now payment industry is very challenging.
Yeah,
but it's still a low margin industry, and every time we need to be attentive and to be sure that we compliant with multiple regulations, with our clients' expectation, with our payers' expectation. We work with money, so we must be trusted. So every day is a challenge. And we are a regulated company, and one of the industries we work with, iGaming, is also a regulated industry. So we need to be sure that every day we know each update that happens all over the world.
So, wow, that's a lot of pressure, actually.
Yes, it's a lot. And when you work with all countries, like when something happened in one country, if you work with more than 100 of them, you have news a couple of times per week. So yeah, it's difficult, but it's difficult when you don't know how to make it. When you already have all processes and you have experience, it just becomes the routine,
right? So you feel more comfortable now, especially I imagine as a leader, as a CEO, it changes, right? Your perspective on the payment processing, on the whole industry. So how that evolved into what it is today, your perspective on payment processing in iGaming. Has it changed at all? Like you mentioned some challenges at the beginning, they're still there. But I imagine it also has some benefits right now that you see the potential. Maybe we can talk a little bit about that.
I see the potential because fintech and iGaming market they become more regulated every year. And sometimes we are the people who bring bad news to our clients, and we tell that we need more documents, that we have more processes to follow. But it is how it is. And because of all these changes, the market becomes mature.
Okay.
So it means that we will have more interesting products in future, that we will have more teams who are experts in what they are doing. And I think that in future, the number of brands will be limited, but they will be stronger.
Yeah, that makes sense. And also in the context of our Casino Guru Awards, and you kind of mentioned it a little bit, you said that it's very important for players to, or users, end users to trust their payment provider, right? Because you handle money. It's a little bit sensitive in the eyes of everyone involved in a business. So do you think payment providers can improve this trust between end users and operators? How do you see your role as a payment provider in this relationship?
We can, if we speak from the user perspective, we can influence on what they see and their experience. And if they have good experience and what users want, they want easy and fast payment.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it sounds like not a lot, but I can imagine it is a lot.
Yes, especially when you have to follow some
regulations.
Yes, and put some additional steps just because you have to. And payers, they don't understand it. They don't expect. They don't know the background.
Yeah.
But what we do as a company, when we experiment with our checkout, we do all changes. We just separate them to different iterations.
Okay.
Because when we made a quick updates and payers, they come and they see another page, they don't feel secure. They don't feel that it's the same payment method they chose before. So for payers, it's important to see the same things all the time, to feel that stability. If they feel stable, they know that they can trust. They can trust their payment method. They can trust the platform they're using because they still work together and no sudden things
changes. No one's trying to trick them, right? In the most basic terms, as end users, I imagine they wonder about that. You know, is anyone trying to trick me? So basically, you're there to provide this smooth experience that ensures them that no, actually, no one is tricking you, and you're in a safe space and you can trust us. So in a way, basically, you answered my question, because with the Casino Guru Awards, we are trying to promote this transparency and safety and excellence in the iGaming. So definitely, payment providers are a part of that. Yeah, so we've been talking about this relationship between operators, players, and a trust. And you mentioned also regulations, that's a very important part. So what do you think about all these changing regulations all over the world? Do they make your job harder or easier, or where is it?
The hardest part is to be the first company who communicates the changes to clients. It's the most difficult thing because nobody wants to receive news that they need to update their operation process. So it's the hardest part. But in all the rest, it depends. Sometimes some regulations are not clear or make the full process for a client, or they force payers to struggle just because they...
What I feel like is that not all regulations are actually make sense for players or are beneficial. They kind of feel forced.
Yeah.
So that makes your job harder, I imagine.
Yeah. From one end, so sometimes they feel that they are forced to do something. From the other side, I see how regulators and businesses who are in this industry, they start understanding more how to pay attention to industry-specific details.
Okay.
And how to make these checks still efficient, because it's first of all about the efficiency and about being compliant with the law. And they understand how to concentrate their attention to do the right things instead of making a lot of pointless things.
pointless. That's the right word for it. Yeah, yeah, I understand. You've been also, I think, kind of vocal about the importance of using local payment preferences, right? That it's very important to include it. So, how does Payop adjust its services to this diverse regional changes, and differences?
We started from it because a few years ago I lived in Asia, and I knew that everything in this country is different
Okay, yeah.
from what I used to. And that's why I fall in love with Payop, because in Payop we have more than 500 different payment methods, and it's my biggest challenge to communicate to website owners that some things that they personally use in their life will not work all over the world. It will not work in Latin America, Africa, MENA region, Asia, and Europe. People use different payment options. And when you build international business, you must not force your payers to struggle and try to find how to pay with that exotic payment method.
Yeah,
you need to offer them something they use on daily basis. They used to pay for their groceries, for electricity bills, and so on. So they want to see something familiar. And also it's beneficial to work with the iGaming industry because they listen to us and because they start making some actions. And I think now, 5 years later, everybody knows that what payment methods are the most popular in Brazil, for example. New trending country. But before it,
it was not so easy, not so obvious.
Not so obvious, but it's changing.
Yeah, and that also contributes to, the trust that we've been talking about, that when end users actually get to use something they're familiar with, they feel safer, right? So it's all building up to something greater. What are some shortcomings of payment providers in the iGaming industry? What do you feel like they still need to work on? What are some challenges?
I think what can be improved, we noticed that payment providers, they are usually working in the same direction, on the same market. They all do the same something trending one. But how can we develop the market if we all offer the same solution? It's about an option to choose. It's about different approaches. When we can experiment, we will all grow.
Exactly, something innovative to add into the mix.
If we all do the same,
it will move nowhere. Yeah. So you're saying basically just be bolder, more innovations, try some new things, to improve the industry, not only iGaming industry, but like overall the process. Yeah. You also mentioned a lot of payment providers doing kind of the same thing over and over again. So what popped into my mind was that what makes Payop different from everybody else? What's your secret weapon, especially when there's a lot of competitors that are coming to the market and trying to start their businesses? How do you fight that? How do you stay at the top of your game and innovative and so on?
What we do, we communicate with our clients and we listen to them, but we don't follow them.
Okay. What does that mean?
It means that we are a payment company and we must know more about payments than our clients. And when we have this expertise, we understand the potential and what must be the next move. So instead of giving to our clients what they want, we recommend them alternative options that we consider the stronger one. And it sounds easy, but in practice we had to change our account management, our sales team, and now we are sure that all people who work there, they can answer any very complex question. They know a lot about multiple local payment options, and they know a lot about our system. Also, among payment methods that we offer as a reseller, because we can't own all the payments brands, of course, now we develop our own payment channel. It's Pay by Bank. It's based on open banking. And here we do, like we do with all the rest, we just take something that is similar on the market, the same code, but we cover it with our own technology to improve its performance.
So that's being innovative on your part, which is important, as we said. Yeah, that was actually my next question. This collaboration with Think that you did on, what's it called? Pay by Bank, right? Your feature. Yeah. So that's very exciting. Also, what I wanted to ask about was the rise of crypto. It's very interesting, I think. I mean, the rise not in all jurisdictions, but in some of them, definitely. What's your experience with crypto? What are the challenges and benefits you see this payment option has?
Unfortunately, I don't have big experience with crypto, and from my point of view, it's more about investment than about actual payment option. At least we don't have much traffic in crypto, and when we suggested that crypto methods will be popular among iGaming clients, we received the opposite. Crypto options were popular among our video game clients. They work with other crypto providers, like usually payment methods from crypto exchanges. But payers chose our method because it's difficult to receive any support when something went wrong with crypto. When you go to a huge cryptocurrency exchange. Yeah. And Payop is very supportive, so they prefer to pay using our channels. I don't know. We made a marketing research. Crypto is still in very early stages. So that's why at the moment we are not focusing much, because we see a lot of companies who do crypto. We understand that we can't bring any additional value here, so we just made a step back. Yeah, step back and wait until it all clears up a little bit. I think that's what's interesting about crypto right now, right? That it's a novelty. This new thing that might excite a lot of players, a lot of end users, but at the end of the day, this can be very short-lived. Like you can get excited about this new thing, but you need to trust this new thing, and maybe the market itself is not quite there yet. At least for you to be digging kind of deeper into it. So yeah, understandable. I would like to ask you if you have to highlight one key change in payment sector in 2025, so this year and on. What would it be? What's like the most thing that's going to change the most? I was thinking about this question a lot. Yeah, it's also not the easiest one. Yes. It's not connected directly to payments. Okay. But it's a part of our life, it's compliance. I see a lot of changes in iGaming licensing process. Some jurisdictions become more reputable and popular. We see new name and new brands, and learning all these jurisdictions, all the documents, all rules they have in their countries is the biggest challenge that we have this year. So you see also this that will be changed in a few next months, in next years. And just one last question. How do you see the future in terms of payment processing in the iGaming specifically over the next few years? What are some key trends maybe operators should know about and should watch very closely? So like if you had a crystal ball and you have to say like, this is the future of payment processing in the iGaming, and this is what you need to look out for because it has potential to be tapped into, what would you see in that crystal ball? I see in this crystal ball that payers must have options to choose. We are all different. We have different interests. We live in different countries. So if payer has an option to choose, he will feel better. Because when we speak about iGaming payments, it's not about paying your bills or making something obligatory. It's about emotions. And if payer have to struggle trying to find out the payment method or pass some kind of like 5 redirections, of course they won't be happy. Those emotions will turn negative very fast. Yes. So That's why I think that companies will move forward with the checkout experience to improve it and to make it as joyful as possible.
Yeah, that's very exciting. That's also like a prediction for a bright future, you know, a lot of options, a lot of happy customers. So, yeah, we will have our fingers crossed and of course also working towards it to make it happen. So, yeah, that's great. Okay, thank you very much for joining us for your incredible insights. It's been great to have you here, Anastasia. Thank you very much again. And thank you all who've been watching us. I hope you enjoyed this interview. We sure did. And we will see you soon with the next interview. Bye.